Good morning to Crafters TV. Good morning to Crafters TV. Good morning and welcome to Crafters TV. I'm Leann Chivers and I'm going to be here with you all day today. We've got a cram-packed day for you, really excited. Another fabulous craft along, I'm looking forward to that. But I'm not alone. No, I'm not alone. I've got the Queen of Mixed Media with me, the very gorgeous Jan. How are you, my love?
Good morning. I am great, thank you.
Good.
It's lovely to be back together again. We don't get a chance very often.
We don't, do we?
It's always a very enjoyable day. And my goodness, have we got a jam-packed day? Was it a jam-packed day? We've got all sorts in there, yeah, including that craft along in the middle of the day. So I'm just going to show you one or two samples just to tempt you to start with. So I'm going to start off this morning with those beautiful heritage dies. And, you know, sort of, it's a step up. They're like an elegant nesting die. So there's lots of different shapes, styles, mixing and matching ability in those. And these are what we're actually going to feature in the craft along later. I'll show you that project in a second. But just to look how different they can look. So here we've just got one where we can actually stand this one up and incorporate all the different little pieces, layer them up how you wish, keep them flat, pop them on foam pads, however you want to do them. And then we've also got later on today on Beautiful Beginnings, we've got these beautiful little scene builders.
Nice.
So the little zigzag, it gets its name because it literally forms a zigzag. So this is how the concept was actually designed, to give you that lovely little sort of almost accordion zigzag card. I'm going to show you how to do that later on at 6 o'clock tonight. But also the ability to incorporate them into different card designs. So, you know, they can just become those layers to create your own scenes. And I like that. I like that you've got that option. So yes, some lovely, lovely products coming up today. And then later, as I say, we've got that heritage die featuring in our craft along. So we've got a gorgeous little gift box. You know, this time of year, it's not Christmas themed, but there's nothing to say that it couldn't be Christmas themed. The heritage dies could easily be one or the other.
Yeah.
And yeah, a little bit of shaker element in there.
That's nice. It's a different way of using them, Jan. I like that. Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge. And we always need gift boxes, don't we? I'm really looking forward to that. So we've got Wake Up Call, and we're going to have a little preview of all of those things in Wake Up Call. But as always, we need to have a chat in Wake Up Call while we all limber up for the day. So in preparation of that, I thought there's a few things we could be doing to have a chat with each other. Selfies with your tree. We definitely want to see your tree. I'm sure loads of you have already got your tree up. Mine's going up this weekend. And I'll share a picture with you on the Facebook page. And then I thought, what else can we talk about today? Because do we want to talk about Christmas all day? So I Googled what kind of national days are available today, thinking it might be National Hug Your Dog Day, National Love Your Cat Day, something like that. Oh no, there's a whole list of things that's happening today. So what I'd like to know from you is, which one of the national days are you going to celebrate today? So we've got Stay at Home Because You're Well Day. We've got National Personal Space Day. We've got National, this is bizarre, Moose Day. Who thought of that? No idea. National, and I think this is good for you in Mississippi, National Mississippi Day. It's all about Mississippi. National Mason Jar Day. Why do we have a J celebrating a mason jar? Who comes up with these things? Is there someone with a job who dreams up the national day? That's what National Computer Security Day and National Package Protection Day. Now, we all want a bit of National Package Protection Day. When we get our orders in and we get our packages delivered, we all need a little bit of that in our lives, don't we, Jan?
And I'm just thinking as well, you know, what would you keep in your mason jar, Leanne?
Oh, yeah,
then,
what do you keep in your mason jars?
What would you keep in your mason jar?
Well, I can tell you what we've got in our mason jars at home. We've got dog treats. My husband has pumpkin seeds, chia seeds and linseeds, because he's a health fanatic. And he sprinkles a tablespoon of all of those on his porridge every morning.
Well, funnily enough, I've got oats. I've got porridge oats in one of mine.
Have you?
That I keep, that I make my overnight oats with. Love it. Yes, I've got a big mason, quite a tall one, and it's full of oats,
Oh, what have you got in your mason jar? Let us know, we'd be really interested. Now, we've got some great deals for you, and we've got some lovely products. The first product we're going to talk about today are these fabulous heritage dies. I had the pleasure of launching these for you in birthday week. and they are that really unique concept of a rotating nesting die. So each of the layers, as they go down concentrically, so as they get smaller, is rotated at 45 degrees, which means that you get that lovely, really heritage look and feel, a bit like vintage ceiling roses in old stately homes. There is a 25% saving on this collection for you. You're getting all of your dies, and we'll have a look at those in a little bit more detail in a second. You're getting a pack of your fabulous luxury card here from the Butterfly collection, Sarah Signature, and you're getting a full 12 by 12 paper pad from our Garden Gnome collection. You're getting all of that, and your platinum price, you can see there, is £62.35 or £71.76. You have got that 25% saving. Now, these are the dies that you're going to get, and this is not a choice of. You're getting all of these, and I'm sure you can see from this what I'm meaning by the fact that each layer, so there's your flat layer of dies, and there's how they flat nest. But look how different they look when you turn each one of those 45 degrees and build up that concept. It goes from something pretty but flat to something really exquisite, and it is building up that look of beautiful ornate ceiling roses in old-fashioned stately homes is what we were achieving, and I think we've managed that really well. So you are getting Georgian swirls. The next one you're getting is Beautiful Baroque. I adore this one, I have to say. Look at the difference. I'm never ever tired of looking at how beautiful these are. Flat die cut, still pretty. Rotate each layer 45 degrees. Look at what you get. It is truly exceptional. So you've got Beautiful Baroque. We've also got our Heritage Scrolls. Just mesmerises me the difference when you rotate them, it really does. We've got our Venetian Charm here. We've also got our Edwardian Elegance, and we've got our Antique Chic. Really useful set of dies, and the thing I like about these is they are classic. They're classic and they're timeless. And because we've designed them in that heritage look and feel, you're going to be able to use these now and for the next 15, 20, 25, as long as many years as you want to, because there's nothing particularly trend or of the moment about them. They're just a beautiful classic set of dies which will be timeless in your collection. You're going to be able to go to them time and again. So many different ways you can use them. Jan, I'm sure, will show you some samples to show you that, and of course she's got a fabulous demonstration for us with them this morning, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. It's a 25% saving, which I think is absolutely exceptional, and they only launched in birthday week, 28th of October. I was lucky enough to present these to you in one of those shows. I think Debbie launched them. I might have previewed them for you in Wake Up Call. It was a fabulous day, nevertheless. And now I'm going to get rid of my national days because I think they're all a lot of nonsense, quite frankly. Apologies to the person who sits and dreams them up in a room. And we're going to see who's joining us today. So we've got Jamie and we've got Charlotte in the gallery. They're saying hello. Me and Jan are here with you. We've got lovely Ash on our socials as well, passing all of your comments through. Do let us know what you're doing with yourself today. Do let us know if you've got the heritage dies and you love them. Show us a picture of what you've done with them. Let us know which National Day you're going to be celebrating, and certainly get your selfies in. We want to see your trees. We want to see your trees. We've got lovely Linda Armstead joining us. Hello from Maryland. Hello, Linda. Zoe Carver from a drizzly West Sussex. Drizzly everywhere today, I think, Zoe. Bit miserable. Foggy. It was a bit foggy up here. It was a bit freezing cold. It was like pea soup out there when I came into work this morning. Charlotte Everett says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Charlotte. I have a CC parcel arriving today. I'm on number 119 on the delivery, so it'll be a while. Keep checking the app, see how he might be whizzing round, hoping to get home for hot chocolate quick, you never know. Sandra St. Hilaire, good morning from Maine. Good morning, Sandra. Melanie D, good morning. Sarah Brown, Jerry Johnson, Alison Soberman, Stephen Nicole. Hello, Stephen. I haven't got the room to put up the tree. As it's taken up with all my crafty items. Stick a bit of tinsel around your crafty items, Stephen. As long as it feels festive, it's fine. Sandra Dundas says, good morning, Leanne, Jan, CTV crew, social media superstar, crafty family and friends. What a dreary day, only brightened by you guys at CTV. Thank you very much, Sandra. That's kind of you. We're really looking forward to today, and I'm certainly looking forward to seeing Jan's demonstrations because they're always very inspirational. So without further ado, let's go see what Jan's going to show us with these fabulous heritage dies.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to have a look at these first. Obviously, these feature, like we said, later in our craft along, but I just love the ability. It's like you could make these cards time and time again, and they would look different every single time, purely with the placement, with the colours that you use, whether you use foam pads to lift some of them or not. So really, really versatile. So just to give you a few examples there, you can see that's got that little shaker element there inside the centre, little bit like what we're going to do later. But again, you know, popping them onto those little pop-up diamond cards. Look, let me just get that one out of the way. You can just see there that those squares just lend themselves, just simply layering them like that, and all that work's been done for you. Again, I'm going to show you in a second that we can ink through them. So again, you know, we can pop these together and put the inks through that back layer. We're going to do that together in a second. But look at them in the yellow, how different, mixing and matching them with things that you may already have in your stash. You know, that little bee has just sort of, there he is, that side. I always get the wrong side. Just making an appearance there. And then again, sort of taking them onto your larger cards. There's still the scope there to have them on front of those big 8x8 cards. So that's the kind of thing that you can do with them. I'm going to go through how they work with you just now, and we're going to use that heritage scroll for the first demo. So we're actually going to have a look at making a little fold back card and just making that lovely set of dies the feature on the front of the card there. So using some papers that we've got on the show, we've got that lovely spring bloom paper pad there, and popping them together, keeping it flat in this instance, and you get a set, in this particular one, 5 pieces of die. So what I'm going to do is actually going to take them off the plastic so that you can see the layers. So this one in particular, I like these background ones. Not only does it start off your layer, we're often talking about embossing. So our die cutting machines, twin function, are able to die cut and emboss. And we're always asking you to look for the areas that don't have any cutting lines around them. And this is a perfect example. You've got all this beautiful detail in here that with an extra pass through your machine and the embossing mat is going to create that gorgeous design. Has a cutting edge in the middle, so it's going to cut this part away. Okay, but if you wanted it as a solid, you could just pop that layer back in. Then we've got the next layer that is designed to fit just inside here, so you can see how beautifully they fit together. But like Leann was saying earlier, when you give them a twist, it just brings a whole different level to that sort of dimension with them. And then the third layer on this one is that little centre one, which again would fit in the centre here. Or, like I said, if we twist them slightly, I like them twisted, just giving that extra sort of design element on them. And then each packet has also got 2 beautiful little corners in, which are taken somewhere from the design. So these match the corners here on this second size medium die, just to add as extra embellishments on your card. So what we're going to do then is we're going to cut the largest one out of some plain white cardstock. All right, so I'm just going to pop that one on here, a little bit of tape just to hold it in place. Okay, and then I also want to cut the other 2 out of some pink, and I've just got some pink pearlescent cardstock from that spring card pad as well there. So again, we're just going to pop these 2 on together, and I'm hoping that we should be able to get those through all in one pass. I've got my large Gemini out with the large plates on, so I can actually pop them all on together. So just to pop those in, I'm going to cut my cardstock down so that I've got a bit more space. And then we're going to pass these through. And then the white one, I'm going to give a second pass with that embossing mat. So first job is always your die cut. Don't try and do this together. We always need to do the die cutting element first. All right, and they go in with our normal set of shims. So I've got my plastic shim and my magnetic shim, and then the top clear cutting plate. So the first pass through there is going to do the die cutting that we want to experience. And then I'm going to bring in my rubber silicone embossing mat here, and we're going to use that over the top of that largest element to reinforce that beautiful sort of embossed detail. So that's my first pass. I'm going to flip it over. Okay, I'm going to take out the pink layers because we've done what we need to do with those. So I'll just come back to those in a second. And then this one, I'm going to take away the excess and the tape. Okay, and I want this to stay in place here. And I'm just going to pop that embossing mat over the top, pop back my clear cutting plate, and then always when we've got the embossing mat in, we're going to take that magnetic shim out of play. And then I'm going to pass it through the machine again. And this is going to push that lovely sort of rubbery mat into the die and push that cardstock into those spaces that doesn't have a cutting edge. So, and then we're going to add a little bit of ink so that you can see that a bit better on air. So again, we'll take those away. Get rid of those. Oh, we want that bit back, it's took it with it. Okay. And then you've also got, you know, you've got another lovely little matte layer there as well, should you want to incorporate that into your design. And then this is the bit that I want to show you now. So it's actually popped out of the die. I needed it to stay in the die, but we can just have a little look at that gorgeous embossed detail. As I say, I know it's on white cardstock. You can just pick it up there, but we're going to highlight this with some ink now, which will bring it out even further. So I'm just going to sandwich it back. It should just wriggle back in. You'll be able to feel it clicking like a jigsaw piece there. Yeah, we're good. And then I've got my little finger daubers with me. I've used my case that much, Leanne, that it's actually come off its hinges. Look.
Has it?
It's well loved.
That's the sign of a
It
well-loved
It sure
dauber
is.
case.
It still works, but it's dehinged itself. And I've just got a little bit of fuchsia water reactive ink, and I don't need a lot there.
That happened to my bronzing powder, Jan.
Oh.
I use a hair bubble to keep it closed now.
And then because this has now sort of got the space in the die here, I'm just going to take my little finger dauber and just gently push that ink through the gap there. And that's not only going to catch the cardstock, but it's going to highlight that area that we've just embossed. So it doesn't damage the die. It all wipes off. Because the inks are water reactive, they're all going to wipe back off your die, so don't worry about that. Just a little bit of warm water, or if you do like to use a wet wipe, or you know, a piece of wet kitchen paper, anything like that will bring the ink back off your die. So all I'm doing is just a little bit of pressure to push that little ink dauber through the die, and you can see where that colour is picking up now. So again, last one.
Very pretty, that, Jan. We've got so many people joining us in the comments, Jan. I have to say that Peggy Sue Whiskersill, she says that I have buttons in my mason jars.
Oh,
I
lovely.
have jam jars with buttons in.
I've got the ones, I don't know what, you know, the ones that have the metal.
Yes.
You bring it over and then the other bit clicks up.
Yes.
I have buttons in those. They're similar to a mason jar, but they've got a
Yes.
different kind of fastener on them.
Yes,
yeah.
the ones you get from IKEA.
Yes.
They're the ones I've got as
Yes.
well. Peggy Sue says that the button collection is one that her grandmother started. I love that. I
do you know?
I love the tradition of passing on a button jar from grandmother to mother to
Oh
daughter.
my goodness,
It's
yeah. We
so
spent
lovely.
many a fond hour when we were children,
Yes,
tipping them out,
sorting them out.
sorting them into colours, into sizes, shapes, you name
My
it, yeah.
grandma did the same.
Absolutely.
Gosh, we knew how to live back in the day.
You didn't need fancy toys, did we?
No, absolutely. Now, Betty Weaver says she's celebrating National I'm Well and Stay Home Day.
Excellent.
Good for you, Betty. Actually off work is getting new windows installed today, then we can finally decorate for Christmas. Once you've decorated, do let us see, Betty. Liz R says, I start my gin off in a mason jar. Does that count? Yes, it does, Liz. In my world, that counts. And it's what a mason jar should be used for. Absolutely, it does. And now Sandra Dundas wants to know, Leanne, is that Yum Yum Moose Day with an OU, double S-E?
Oh, that's a thought.
Is it Moose the animal
That's a thought.
with an M-O-O-S-E? Or, in fact, to Charlotte's point, could it be the hair product? I used mousse on my hair this morning. I believe it is Mousse the Yum Yum Softly Whipped Dessert Day.
Just shows how minds work, doesn't
Now,
it?
Charlotte thought it was the animal.
So
but
did I, Charlotte. When you said National
when I said
Moose
National
Day,
Moose Day,
I automatically thought of the animal.
I can confirm for all that the spelling of National Moose Day was M-O-U-S-S-E. which could be a hair product or could be a whipped dessert. Please
Leave
don't
it
eat your hair
to your
product.
own imagination. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Do you know what I'm having today? Jan, I'm having a piece of Christina's coffee and walnut cake.
Oh,
I've got it ordered. She's cling filmed it for me already.
Absolutely lovely, yep.
Because it's delicious and it sells out like that. It's gone. So this morning I spied it and said, Christina, save me a piece, cling film it.
I don't blame you.
I'm going to have that at 4 p.m. as a little pick-me-up. What kind of cake are you going to have today as a pick-me-up? Let us know that as well. I'm a bit excited about that. Stephen Lee Guy says, my wisteria collection and shutter dies are 6 stops away. There might be only 4 stops away now. So excited. I'm not going to leave my craft room today. Good for you. Sandra says she got these dies in the birthday event, but she's not had time to get them out since they arrived. So Sandra's going to watch everything you've got to do today with them, Jan, and be a little bit excited about that, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. So all I've done then is I've got all my layers at the ready, and you can see where I've just literally started popping them together. But what I wanted to do, because I'm going to put some pieces in it, I've actually brought a piece of acetate, and I've planned to stick this onto the acetate. And to do that, I'm just going to use a little bit of my tacky glue. I tend to decant mine into the little applicator, but just the wet glue, the tacky glue there, just a little bit behind here to stick it on, and then cut around the outside of that piece. And then I've got a background here that I can actually stick things onto.
Nice.
So I'm just going to twist this one. So you can lay it inside like so. They're designed to fit and nest, but I'm just going to give this one a little twist and pop it this way. Just lining it up.
And that was the concept, Jan?
Yeah.
Yes, the
just
concept
to give
was
it that
to rotate
little twist.
everyone 45 to
Yeah.
45 or 90?
We've gone, let me think, from there.
Is it 45 degrees?
Just 45, yes.
Yes, 45
90 would be a quarter turn, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, 45 degrees. And I've just
no, it's
lined...
90 degrees then.
Is it 90?
Yes, you've gone a quarter.
Have I gone a whole quarter? No, I think that's my mistake, because that would
No, I
be,
think it's just
to
me
turn
being-
it to there would be 90, wouldn't it? And then
No, that
again
would be
to
180.
90. No, because my corner's here, it's only moving to there.
Yeah.
If it was 180, it would come all the way around here.
Yes. I tell you what, settle that for us in the
Yeah,
comments.
I think we're on 45. I'm going to go with 45.
Jan thinks 45. I'm completely confused. You settle it in the... I just know they were meant to be rotated when we designed them. You settle it for us in the comments. How many degrees have we just turned it?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, I think I'm with Jamie on that one. Jamie's just said if there's 4 points, 360 divided by 4, it's 90 degrees, we've just turned it. If only Sarah was here, she would know, she's a mathematician. You can let us know what you think it is in the comments. Whatever it is, it's a quarter, however many the degrees are, it's a quarter turn that you've done.
Yeah, I would debate that, but we're on it. We're on it. We're going to pop it just there, look.
Yeah.
And all I've done is line the points up with the pattern in that layer underneath it. And then I've cut this previously in a different colour, so I've saved all the middle pieces. You know, that's the one that's just come out of here. So you've got those lovely little die cut pieces just to pop a little bit of colour in to pick up my paper. And then we've got that lovely little one here that's going to turn again. Okay,
Beautiful.
I've actually done another layer on the one that I'll show you. I'll bring it in a second. And then I've just popped in your paper pad. There are some beautiful sentiments in the back of the paper pad.
Is that the beginning of spring paper
Yes,
pad?
it's gorgeous. There are some pop-out ones like this, and then there is a whole page that you just cut into and I love that in the back of a paper pad.
Well, I've got that here, Jan. Can I pause you for a couple of
can.
seconds while I show everybody this? Because I know there aren't very many left. So we've got here the beginning of spring pad for you, and I'm just going to let Jamie know you've got me. I can't hear you. You've got me deselected. So yeah. So how many of these are left? Look, see, right. This is why I needed to interrupt for a second, Jan.
Yes.
Now, is this 4 of the bundle? 4 of both of them. So there's only 4 in total of these. So when I've showed you this, and bearing in mind how much Jan has just said she loves it, it's incredibly, incredibly limited. Now look, on the back of the sheet here, you've got a whole sheet of these fabulous stickers you can use. Then you've got your pearlescent cut-out pieces. Let me just show you that next one. A sheet here,
that one,
all
I love
designed.
that one.
You love this one. Look, you can cut out yourself squares, rectangles, individual sentiments, full backing pieces, however you want it. And that is on that beautiful pearlescent, printed on pearlescent. This sheet here is actually die cut for you. So you've got die cut tags, die cut borders, die cut toppers, and that is also die cut and printed on that beautiful pearlescent. And then double-sided pearlescent, you can see the background and then the front of every one of these sheets I'm going to show you. Beautifully printed pearlescent designs. Absolutely glorious. A happy colour palette. You've got a 15% saving on this that you can see on the screen. Just just a couple. Look at the back. The back is just as beautiful as the front, and both the back and the front are pearlescent. Yep. You've got a 15% saving because you've got that, but you've also got 30 sheets of double-sided beautiful pearlescent cardstock, and you can see the glorious sheen on there, 12 by 12. This would be fantastic with these heritage nesting dies that Jan is showing you. The colours absolutely exquisite and perfectly match that pad that I've just shown you, and there are only 4 of these left to go around. Your platinum price, £24 or $28, is exceptional value money for both of those, and it's very, very limited. So if you'd like that, don't hang around, get it, check out your basket. Thank you, Jan.
That's okay. We're going to use that in the craft along as well this afternoon.
Oh.
So yes, so if you don't have it yet and you want to watch the craft along back at a later date, that's the one that we've actually popped as the background paper in the craft along.
Thank you.
So all I did while Leann was talking is I've just made myself a 5x7 card, scored it down the centre to fold it back, and I've just added some mats and layers using that pink pearlescent card and then paper from that beautiful paper pad there. So we've literally just got that ready to go, and I was actually showing you the layering on here. I'm going to bring in the one that I've done because I added a second layer here. You can just see where I've twisted it again. So the first layer went in the background straight as that sort of gap suggested, and then the second layer I've done the twist and popped that one in position. Then we've got the little green piece in the background just to give it a bit of substance in the background, and then we're going to bring in that last layer. So you can see this is the smaller one that we cut in here, and then we're going to pop that little sentiment in the centre. So all I did was stick the whole thing onto my acetate. You can just see where it's catching the light there, so that I had a platform really to stick and adhere those dies to. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this sort of, you can decide whether you want to have, you know, the opening on that centre fold or whether you want one of the patterns on the centre fold. I think I'm going to go with mine that way. So again, I'm just going to use my tape runner and I'm going to pop glue on that side of my acetate there, okay? And then we're just going to line that up in the centre here, pop it on there, give it a good press. Try not to knock the other one off, Jan. Press it from the back, and then that doesn't happen. I'm just going to pop a little tiny bit of glue back into that one that I've just, oh, it's all right, it's stuck down there. There we go. And then I'm going to put a foam pad on the back of that little sentiment and pop that one right in the middle there. Just use those tweezers to get that in position and pop that one right in the centre there. And you can see how everything's just been thought through, lined up. You can add some gems to that if you wish. Let me just move all that rubbish out the way now. And you can see how we've got that lovely detail with the inking. You've got that twist on those layers, and then adding the little element from the paper pad there. If I stand you that one up, just a lovely little fold back card, just showing the simplicity of those dies,
yes,
but how beautiful they look when they're all put together. And
really,
I think that sort of embossed element in the background with the ink just sort of brings it out. You know, if you'd done that on maybe a coloured Centura pearl, maybe you wouldn't need to ink, you'd be able to see the embossing, but on the white card I think that ink just finishes it off
and
nicely.
It's nice having the choice,
yes,
of whether you want to or you don't. It's entirely up to you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Stephen Nicole wants to know, Jan, do you manage to do any crafting when you have your grandchild with you, or do granny duties take over from crafting?
It depends. I've not had him with me as much, obviously, because Mum's on maternity leave at the moment. And obviously, when we've got baby here, it's not as easy to craft. But Toby's just starting to. He loves crafting. He loves crafting at his level. So a little bit of painting, finger painting. He loves sticking things together. But he comes in my craft room and bless him, he'll sit on my knee. And do you know what he loves most? He loves the little mini, making the shapes. So if I'm passing anything through the mini and we make like a butterfly or a star or anything like that, can I have one, Nanny? Can I have one? And you know, he's as happy with anything with the little die cut that I've cut out. Off he'll trot and he'll go and play with the little butterfly or whatever it is I've cut for ages.
Oh, bless him.
So yeah, definite crafter inside him there, without a doubt.
Alison Soberman says, my great-grandmother was a bespoke tailor and kept her buttons in a quality candy tin. We are in the US. We never knew if the tin we grabbed would have a candy treat or buttons. That's like a game of roulette, that. Stephen Nicole's going to be having a slice of fresh cream Victoria sponge later on. Ooh, I do love fresh cream Victoria sponge, especially if you've sprinkled sugar on the top. Anne Kalinowska says, nobody told me there was going to be math. It's too early in the morning for that. Agree with you, Anne. However, we've had some 90 degree and some 45 degree, but I think Sylv Sparkly, we're just going to take what Sylv Sparkly says as the law. And Sylv Sparkly says, morning, Jan's right, a quarter turn would take that square round to meet its next corner. It's only an eighth of a turn, which is 45 degrees.
Ooh.
Now, Jamie's backtracking.
Funny that.
He's saying he thought it earlier. We don't believe him because he didn't say it earlier. Earlier, he said it was 90 degrees.
He certainly did.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but you were wrong, Jamie. Okay, just accept it. Charlotte Everett says, oh, I'm glad I got in early with this paper pad set. It's beautiful. I agree with you. And Charlotte also says, that is a beautiful card, Jan.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for that. So we've agreed. It is an 8. Thank you, Sylv. And it was 45 degrees. Now, I've also got this fabulous little bundle to show you, which is a really useful little set. So you've got your Enchanted Dreams beautiful blossom set of dies, and in there you've got all of the beautiful dies to make this really lovely layered flower. And you've got a 55% saving on this. You're not just getting this flower, by the way, you're also getting a pot of this beautiful, beautiful Sarah Signature chunky glitter. It's absolutely glorious. And look at your platinum price on this, £4.79 or $6.36. It really is exceptional value for money. It really is. That's something that you just need to pop in your basket and treat yourself to. You can never have too many floral dies, in my opinion. I like to vary them up depending on what I'm doing. And then really that glitter is worth what you're paying there, and because of the size of the pot we've been using this, your pot will have more in, and the dies are a bonus. That's how I'm looking at that, and I think it is really great and would go very well with your spring bloom pad. I feel it really would. Now we talk to you about those platinum prices all the time, don't we? And if you're brand new to us here at Crafters TV, welcome. You are very welcome here to the family, and please do stay with us because we do have all of the fun and inspiration, and you get some great bargains. If you're wondering what that platinum price is and how you get it, here's a little video to tell you how to go about it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out. So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
We do have the best fun here at Crafters TV. I have to say, it's all about the giggles. And what I love about it is we can laugh at ourselves. We just have a good time and we can laugh at ourselves and share our mishaps with you because sometimes they are the funniest moments. My funniest moment of the year is definitely Wax Seal Gate. Wax Seal Gate, honestly, we were talking about it yesterday. It just cheers me up no end. If I'm feeling like I need a bit of a giggle, I just go and watch it back. It's hilarious. Anyway, we've got this fantastic set of Christmas nesting dies for you. So if you haven't quite started your Christmas cards yet and you need to get a few done pretty quickly, this set could be for you because it does make them very quick, easy and accessible. You can see the price you've got for you on the screen there today of your £44 and $50.40, and there's a how much saving? A 35% saving, which is absolutely brilliant. Now you're going to get all 6 sets of dies. You're not going to be making a choice, and there are 24 sets in total. 24 dies in total. The thing I love about this set is there's something for lots of different shapes of card. We'll talk about that as we go through. The first 2 I've got to show you here work on your quarter cardstock. So whether you're in the US and that's a quarter US, or whether you're in the UK and it is your A6, your quarter A4, this will work for you very well. And you've got your beautiful baubles and sparkling snowflakes. Now look at the intricacy in that. Look at the tiny detail. You can see they're a nesting set, but they really do make a lovely deep border. So actually, piece of plain patterned paper in the back or some cardstock, cut this in some gold mirror, it's a Christmas card done in 18 seconds through your machine with very little else that you need to do. And we've designed these in such a way, these 2, that they can be used portrait, or in fact they work very well landscape as well if you want to use them in a landscape. So there's nothing directional about them. You can put them on any orientation of card you like in that rectangle shape. You've also got in here your 2 square designs, and the 2 square designs we've got for you are your festive foliage and Yuletide bloom. This is Yuletide bloom, which has all of those beautiful poinsettias around the outside there for you, and this is your festive foliage. I know this is one of Craig's very, very favourite, and actually when you look at that, there is nothing specifically Christmas about that at all. That could be autumn, it could be spring, it could be summer, it could be a rustic wedding, it could be used all year round. And that centre die really does look fabulous with your ditzy little florals as a wreath on a card. There are so many things you can do with them. That's your festive foliage and your Yuletide bloom. And you know, I'd be using that all year round as well, because that poinsettia just could be a lovely white bloom. It doesn't have to be Christmas. Nothing too Christmassy about those at all. We've then got really beautiful slimline dies. Now slimline is still taking the crafty world by storm, so we've got our fabulous slimline designs on here for you, and you can see there you've got that beautiful star design around there. So we've got Starry Night, Starry Night, there's my first song of the day, ting. And we've got our next one, Holly and Berries, which I absolutely love as well. And the great thing about these two, like with the other rectangles, there's nothing directional about them, so if you want to use them in a landscape format, you absolutely can. Now they're not a choice, those, they are all 6 sets for £44 or $50.80. You're saving your 35%, which is fantastic. And actually, Jamie, can you just do for me, please, £44 divided by 6? We're doing it for you. Yes, please. £7.33 for a nesting die set. You're paying much more than that usually for a nesting die set of these sizes and intricacy. And when you see that, and that's probably going to be what, about $9, something like that for you, it really is, you see such a fantastic deal. Okay, Jan, have you got some samples of these we could have a look at? Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous. And I must admit, I think I got these mixed up at the top of the show because I said this was a heritage and it's not. This is one of the Christmas nesting dies, so I'm just going to re-show that one. But again, you know, I love that twist. I love nesting dies anyway, but then when we get into this and the fact that you've got
heritage,
those,
that.
Is it heritage?
Yeah, that's heritage.
So I was right.
Because it's got the little corners, you were right. It's heritage.
In the wrong box then, yes,
Yeah.
right. Ignore that one then, we'll come to the next one. This one's a nesting die, okay? So let me just stand that one up for you, yep. So this one's actually showing that gorgeous foliage on there. This is the one that we're going to use to start off with. Just adding the red in there lifts it. It could be a layer of gold in there. You can use the foam pads with it again, or your 3D collal glue if you want to raise elements in there. But I just think really, really pretty. And then I had to pull this one out because this is the poinsettia one. But just look. Just done, all in the same colour with all the different layers. I think that is so, so classy.
That's one of my favourite ways to use these, Jan.
Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's our Bianca's done this one, and it just grabbed my eye straight away. I like working in monochrome, but just seeing it all in the ivory like that is absolutely beautiful. But
and
then
do you know what else I would do with that one? I would do that, but do it on mirror card and do a little drop shadow gold behind the cream.
Just to offset it,
Just to offset it, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would look lovely.
Yeah, and then taking it, you know, into sort of different styles of cards. So we've got that traditional sort of theatre or diorama card there, and just popping it in. And of course, a little bit of shaker element inside there again. So however you want to use them. Love the fact that there are different sizes, which is the bit that appealed to me. I'm not going to mix those up again. I'm going to put them back under there. Okay. So I actually chose the festive foliage, and I'm going to bring that one.
Good choice,
on
Jan.
here. So this is one. The actual die is about just over 5 1/4 inches square. But we're going to go onto that 6-inch card blank. We're going to make an easel card with this one. So again, you've got those layers of dies.
And Jan, we sized those at the 5 1/4 so that our friends in the US can use their 8.5 by 11 cardstock trimmed to 5.5 with it being 8.5 by 11.
Yep.
And then this 8 1/4 die will fit perfectly on a square card from their standard cardstock.
You think of everything, Leanne, don't you?
We try to, Jan.
I know.
Sometimes we don't always get it right, but we try
that
to.
it's all thought through like this because it gives you the confidence then to work with them, not do the worrying.
Yes.
So you know that you can size up from that to get your card blank behind it, and all that work's done for you. So we've got the 3 main elements there, and then you've got your little embellishment piece, which is the holly leaves, which I've already die cut the little teeny bits. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the foliage in onto some green linen cardstock, and I'm going to pop that one on there. And we're just going to layer these as they were intended. So I'm just going to pop that one on first. Then I'm going to bring in, this is my favourite card in the world, Leanne, the matte Miri in
beautiful.
the gold pack. I would absolutely love a pack of that, just on its own, please. Can I put a request in?
You can actually. I'd never thought of that, Jan.
Oh, do you know, I use this and I'm so sparing with it because I will take the centre out of it. I keep every little sliver just for cutting sentiments and things. It's probably the one that I use most for matting and layering and for feature elements. I prefer, personally,
You prefer the matte?
I prefer it to the shiny one.
Me too, actually.
But I would absolutely love to be able to buy this, of a whole pack of it.
Right,
Honestly.
let us know in the comments then. Do you
Yeah.
think that Jan's just had a
Brainwave.
genius idea? Let us know in the comments. Would you like a pack of all matte mirror card?
Love it.
And which colours would you like in a full pack of all matte mirror card? Do you want just one pack of gold, one pack of silver, one pack of red, one pack of grey? What colours do you want? Let us know in the comments. We'll get a bit of a straw poll going with Ash. And you never know, if there's enough of you, we could make that happen, Jan.
Could we?
Yeah.
You know, I've thought about it many, many times, but actually having you here today, I thought, right, we'll just mention it. But then I thought, you know, where do you stop? Because like you say, there are so many colours in that luxury card pack range that where do you stop and start other than just the gold? But yeah, that's probably the one, apart from my regular card stocks, which I use, you know, sort of like the all-purpose card, the multi-purpose card and the craft card and the black card, that kind of thing. The gold mirror, satin mirror one is probably my go-to one by far. So I've got those all on my Gemini plates. Again, we're just going to pop those same shims in. So I've got my plastic shim and my magnetic shim. Pop the top on there with the extra cutting plate, and we're going to pass all those through in one pass. And that's why I like having, in my craft room, I've always got my large Gemini out. Sometimes I use the Gemini Junior plates through it.
Yes, that's
But
what I
having
do.
those large plates means that you can put up everything through and it will all cut in that one pass.
Yeah, that's what I do too, Jan. I do have the Gemini. I mean, I've got the Junior as well, but actually I use the Gemini the majority of the time, and I just use my Junior plates in it.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And people ask me, you know, regularly. I get comments on Facebook, on email. You send messages in via our customer service team, and just asking advice a lot of the time. And the question I get asked the most is, which machine should I buy?
Yeah.
And I always reply, buy the biggest machine you can afford, and then buy multiple of the plates smaller to use in. So if you can afford a Pro, buy a Pro and buy a set of Gemini plates. But actually, more often than not, I recommend buy a Gemini, buy a set of Junior plates, and then you don't need to buy the Junior machine as well. You can just put those Junior plates through your Gemini machine and get a faster sandwich than in the Junior as well, actually. So just buy the largest machine you can afford and then get a set of the smaller plates to go in. I think that's the best way forward, Jan.
Do you know, that used to be my response exactly, Leanne, when I worked at the store.
Yeah.
We used to get asked constantly, which one shall I buy? And that was exactly how I used to word it, was to buy the, you know, the largest one that your budget can afford.
Yeah.
Because you've got that facility then. With the reverse button on it, even if you've got plates that are just slightly larger than A4, if you're just cutting an embellishment out, pop it through, reverse it so that you're not sending the whole plate through, but you've got that scope there to work on.
Yeah.
As I say, if I'm using something smaller, I will use my Gemini Junior plates through it. But I just think having that space, like this is just cut, all three of these look beautifully in one pass through that machine. This one's the gold one here, look.
Yes.
All in one pass and pretty much fell out of the dies. There's just, I can just see in that one
Do you
there.
know, you're right, that gold matte mirror with that die cut looks beautiful.
Honestly, it
Classy.
is gorgeous. As I say, I use it for all sorts, whether it be die cutting, sentiments, matting and layering. It's the one that I go to each time. So you can see when we start layering these now, that work's been done again to create that sort of layered effect with them, or something different. But I just think I like this particular layer, and I just think if you're wanting a really nice, quick and simple Christmas card, just to have something plain, so maybe just a plain card with this in the corner and a sentiment strip across it, or maybe a few splats of ink behind it. Really, really simple Christmas card, especially if you're batch making or something like that. Now we're actually going to turn this into an easel card. So I've got my easel card base ready, and this is a 6x6 square, made beautifully to fit that, that design. And then I've just created some mats and layers, again with that beautiful satin mirror card and some of the textured card from the paper pads there. So again, I'm just going to layer one of them inside the base, and one of them on the front. And then we're going to add those beautiful die cuts. I'm going to bring in my dotty tape pen in a second. Right, let me just make sure I get that the right way around there. So this one's going to go on the front with just the 2 layers on, because we're going to bring in that beautiful green then over here to get this one layered up. And then on the inside, I've done the 2 layers plus a green layer to echo what's going off on the front of the card there. So again, just with that tape pen, remembering to give it a little flick. Do you know, I say this in my head for my own benefit more than anything, because I get carried away and I forget to do my flick and then end up in all sorts of mess.
Well, Ash tells me that the comments on our YouTube and Facebook are going viral.
Have I started something now?
You've started a revolution, Jan. And the revolution is matte cardstock in 1 pack, a big pack.
A big pack, yes, we want a big pack.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, so this is the next thing I need to know from you all. How big is a big pack?
How big is a big pack? You see, I would buy it in the 50 sheets like the Centura
Would you?
Pearl, but maybe that's a bit big for some people, so maybe 20, 25 sheets?
25, 30 at a push?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, leave it with me.
Personally, I'd be in on it definitely,
Okay.
without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Jan.
For this year. So again, because we've got that lovely filigree work on the back of here, I'm going to bring my dotty tape pen in now to go on the back of the design. Now, I did a demo with this last week when we were demonstrating the pens, just to show you, you know, what it looks like with the double-sided tape behind it. And when we turned it over, you could see all the strands of tape behind it, which is why, if you can get the dotty tape pens, this will just go. I always say that you put a bit of magic in here, Leanne, because it just sticks to the cardstock.
Yeah, it's good,
really
isn't it?
nice light touch, and it doesn't. There's nothing going through onto my mat here at all. It's not sticky on here at all. It just sits on those little pieces of cardstock, and I love it. It's become another favourite tool.
Yeah, it's very useful,
And
especially
then I
for
don't
something
like
like this.
wasting it either.
No,
so
especially
for the middle.
with all that detail, it's great, isn't it?
For the middle, I've brought my double-sided one back in there because I don't like wasting the dots.
No,
so,
keep it for the intricate work, absolutely.
I've just found another, you know, every time you look, you think you've got all those little pieces and there's another one hiding.
I have to say, everybody is going crazy, in the words of Patsy Cline, crazy. In the comments, they want a pack of every matte colour, a big pack.
A big pack?
Yeah, and we have to have every colour, all the colours.
6 colours.
All the colours. And we're seeing lots of, a minimum of 24 sheets, but we're seeing a lot of 50 sheets come through, Jan.
So it's not just me then?
Not just you.
Not just me. I'm glad I'm not on my own. So again, I'm going to bring the foam pads in and just pop a couple of nice large foam pads just to raise this layer in the middle here. So again, I've got those nice long ones there just to pop those on the back of that gold layer. Take those off. And then we're going to layer that one on top of the green. So this one's going to sit nicely in the centre there. And again, you know, whether you want it with the flat side of the hexagon here, or whether you want to tip it. I'm going to pop it that way, I think, so that I've got the points. And pop that one in the centre.
I love that set. That is that set you're using there, that is my favourite one of the collection. Yeah.
I quite like the long ones as well. I've got a demo for later with the long
the slimline
ones,
the
slimline ones.
They're lovely.
Yeah.
I think the thing about that one is, Jan, I can use that all year round.
Yes.
I can make a wedding card with that.
Yeah.
I can make an autumn, I can make Halloween, I can make a birthday. You could do it in dark colours and make it masculine. I think there's so many things you can do with that.
And then I'm just going to bring that little tiny, you can just see the little embellishment that goes with it there with the holly leaves. Just these little finishing off bits as well. You know, it leaves no piece spare where all the metal work goes in your die. If there's a gap, you know, we usually pop your little die in there to use. Jan, and I love it.
Jan, you've started a revolution, Jan.
Have I predicted a riot?
So it's fine. Honestly, I love it because actually I'm finding out what you would like. So Stephen Nicole says, I would like Christmas colour matte mirror card with 100 sheets.
100? Goodness me.
100 sheets in A3 size, please.
Oh, wow. we're going crazy with it now then. So I have definitely started something there. You see, I'd have been happy if Santa had just bought me a nice big pack of the gold.
Yeah.
But I know everybody has different favourites, don't they? So if we're going to do one, should we do all the colours? Yeah. Right, so I've just put that little embellishment on the front there, and then I've done the same again. I've recreated this centre part here, because with it being an easel card, we need something here to catch the card and make that stepper. So I'm just, I've already popped I'm ahead of myself. Look, I've popped my pieces on there, and I'm just going to use this one to act as a stopper. So if I bring this sort of here, now do I want it centre? Do I want it off? Oh, dearie me. I think I'm going to go just slightly to one side.
Nice. I like that.
Because I've got a sentiment as well, so that's going to bring it more. So yeah, I'm going to take that just slightly to one side, and then I've just stamped out for any of your stamp sets, have a jolly holly Christmas, and we're going to pop that. So I'm going to bring this onto the foam pad so that it's the same height as my little die cut, and just pop that at the one side here, and then we're going to rest that with a little bit of white wet glue there, and pop that one.
Oh, Jamie's just, he's just had an idea for a song. He says it's a Michael Bublé one, that one. Have a holly jolly Christmas.
A holly jolly Christmas.
It's the best time of the year. We're all singing in May, you know.
I love a good
That is an absolute tune, that one, isn't it?
I'm surprised I've got any voice left, Leanne, because we were at a rock concert last night.
Were you?
Yes.
You weren't in the mosh pit, were you, Jan?
No, I wasn't. I did have a seat. Do you know, it makes Jamie laugh this when he found out last week that I was a secret rock chick under all the glitter. Yes, we went to see an American rock band last night in Nottingham, so my ears are still ringing a little bit.
What were they called?
They're called Shine Down.
Oh, I've never heard of them, Jan.
No, very, very good, yes.
Is it heavy rock?
Not mega heavy. No, they don't do all the screaming and everything. He's got a really, really nice voice, but then I am a bit partial. So, so yes, I'm thinking, am I actually going to be able to speak? Because I was singing my head off at the top of his voice last night, and thought, my goodness, I'm going to come to work today. There'll be no voice come out, but we're good. We're good.
Oh, how fabulous!
So you can just see there, just
Jan
with
in a
those
mosh
different
pit.
colours.
That's something I
Can you
need
just
to see.
imagine? I don't think my back would stand the mosh pit. No, we'd actually got some really nice seats next to the aisle, so we weren't sort of hemmed in.
Sophisticated rock.
Yes.
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 Okay.
But nevertheless, still very loud, very, yeah. So every time I mention it now, Jamie has to have a little chuckle. So yeah, just layering up those colours, you know, and again, if you did that in a different colourway, it would look totally different again. You know, maybe the background layer in the gold, maybe introduce some red into there. It would look different all over again. So yeah, 6x6 easel card for that one.
I would say, Jan, that is elegant and timeless.
Yes.
It's a
like
beautiful.
you said, you could use it all year round.
All
couldn't you?
year
that
round.
could easily be, you know, sort of maybe a retirement card. It could be an anniversary card, just with that foliage in the background, mixing and matching it maybe with some flowers or with some leaves from your stash. I just think it's, I love the fact that they're not all specifically, you know, sort of a Christmas related.
Absolutely.
Some of them have a Christmas theme,
They do.
some of them have got an everyday theme, yeah.
But then you can save them for another time. Oh, but as I was saying earlier, I think that demonstrates how, if you've left your Christmas card making to the last minute and you're starting to feel a bit anxious about the fact that you've got them all to make, this die set will make it, you've just seen Jan do that there, will make it very quick and very easy for you. And they will look classically elegant. Now, you're getting all 6 of these sets here. You're not making a choice. All 6 sets with your, I think it was 35% saving from memory, and your platinum price of £44 or $50.40. You've got your Yuletide bloom, festive foliage, that's the one Jan's just been using. You've got your beautiful baubles, and of course can be used landscape or portrait. You've got your sparkling snowflakes, another favourite, can be used landscape or portrait. You've got your fabulous starry night, starry night, and you've got your ding, and you've got your holly berries in there as well. Really lovely set, very, very usable, very intricate and very elegant. That was intricate and elegant all in one word, which I have a habit of doing for some reason. Now, we've got lots of you joining us in the comments again, but we have got, if you're after your nesting dies today, we have got a fabulous starter kit for you, which will just get you on your journey for making the most out of your nesting dies. You're getting great stuff in here. I really do like this as a little starter kit. You're getting some consumables, some things you just need, and then some things for a little try me too, which I love. So you're getting a whole pack of your cardstock from the Knitwit Homebody collection. 24 sheets in there for you. You're getting a whole pack of your printable inject acetate. You don't have to print on this. This is just great for inside your shaker cards. It's a nice way to line an aperture that you've created with a nesting die set. You're getting a whole pack of really beautiful sequins in there, should you want to do those shakers. You're getting your foam on a roll. You're getting your permanent tape pen. You're getting 3 rolls of your repositionable tape in that pack there to keep your dies still should you not want them to move. And for £24.32, your platinum price, you're getting a set of our inverted nesting dies is there as well. So a 40% saving, and you're getting all of those things, your repositionable tape, your dies, your permanent tape pen, your foam on a roll, your sequins, your acetate and your card pack. Everything you need there to get started making the most out of your nesting dies. And if you're brand new and you don't have any nesting dies yet, we're giving you the nesting dies as well, which I think is a fantastic deal. So we're going to have another look at another little video now. We're going to give you some time to check out your baskets, and we're going to have a look at what we're all about here at ZTV. If you're brand new to us, welcome. Stay along for the ride and just see what we're all about.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all our time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people, not just here at Crafts Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Aren't we just fabulous here at Crafters TV? I really do think we are fabulous. Now, so many comments coming in, and I have to say, you're all on the product development suggestion bandwagon. And I love it. I'm encouraging it. Please send more. I love to hear, because we're crafters making for crafters. You are the crafters. We are the people making for you. Let us know what you want. It's all about what you want. That little gap, that missing thing that drives you crazy and you want someone to make it for you. Let us know what it is. Have to say that Jacob says, if we're making suggestions, can we have ink pads to match the paper, please? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. So ink pad colours to match the cardstock colours.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for like when you're stamping your sentiments, it matches your mats and layers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Sylv Sparkly says, Leanne, would you please consider coloured alcohol art liners? I would love to be able to do more detailed work for fur and texture, but fine pens on the market are all water-based and ruin the paper. What a great idea, Sylv. Leave that one with me as well. Leslie Paul says that dye you've just used is her favourite of the year.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
That's a statement, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Fantastic. Marcia says that's a very elegant card, Jan. Sherry says beautiful card, Jan. Kelly says absolutely stunning. And Jacob says, morning all, so nice to see so much of Leanne the past few days. Thank you so much, that's very kind of you. I've really had a blast. It's my last day now for a few weeks, so please do stay with me for the rest of the day, I'd appreciate that. And she also says, I really always enjoy watching Jan with her wonderful teaching. I learn new things, even with the simplest of things, every time she's on.
Thank you. I do try my best.
Lovely. Yes, well...
Secret teacher inside me, you see.
Me too, Jan. You can take a teacher out of the classroom, but you can't take the classroom out of the teacher.
And I just think there's always... I'm like, I just love soaking up new things. I love learning
me too,
something.
Jan.
Yeah,
absolutely. We're cut from the same
There's
cloth.
always something out there to learn, isn't there?
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Life's a journey of learning. Oh, should make that into a stamp. Life is a journey of learning.
Wow, yeah.
Watch out for a stamp.
You need
for that
a notepad and a pen over there, Leanne.
That was the creative process right there and then. If my team are watching, please make a note. That's for the next stamp plate. Right, now before we go any further, we've got a 50% saving on this nesting die set. It really is fabulous. It is. I love this. And again, a beautiful detailed collection that will be in your stash and keep serving you for years to come. So for your £30.78 or your £35.90, it is an investment and you're getting 5 die sets and 15 dies in total. So your first set is this beautiful rectangle there, which is called Bronte. We've then got our beautiful Turin, my favourite.
I like that one. Do you know we've got similar tastes, I think, Leanne? Yeah.
We have, Jan. Isn't that beautiful?
I love
feel
that
it's
one. Very retro-y, isn't it? Yeah.
Very retro, very 1920s. I imagine all the flapper girls and their feathers and their sequins.
Gosh, yeah, we did a collection many moons ago called Roaring Twenties.
We did.
Imagine one of those ladies stood in the middle of there.
We did.
Beautiful.
Watch this space, Jan.
Oh.
I also imagine Leonardo DiCaprio. What's his name? DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio delivering me a Cosmopolitan on a silver salver when I see that.
There you go.
Yes, please. We've then got Bergamo.
I like that one as well.
I feel that's very Rococo.
Yes.
Very Venetian, that one. We've also got our Amalfi.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's just elegant, isn't it? Gorgeous. Very kind of Edwardian, Victorian, that one for me. And then we've got Milan. Again, another 1920s Leonardo DiCaprio with a Cosmopolitan on a silver salver. And you've got some nice shapes, you've got some squares, you've got some rectangles, you've got a little bit of everything. These really do make a statement, and you've got that 50% saving. It's only £6.15 a die if you're if you're a platinum member, and $718. Exceptional value for money, and will serve you for many years to come. So if you want that, grab it, pop it in your basket. Now, Jan has got the zigzags for you next, and I adore this collection. So versatile, can be used in many different ways, not just in the zigzag way. You've got 20% off this collection, which is absolutely brilliant, I think. And of course, you're getting all of these sets, and you're only paying your $33.24, your $38.24 if you're a platinum member. So the first set we've got for you here is Once Upon a Time. You can see, excuse me, that you've got the different dies which layer up, and then when you put them on your zigzag, on your tri-folded card, what that does is build that zigzag scene for you that you can see there. And then when you fold it up, it creates that beautiful scene. And we give you the supporting sentiments to go with as well. These are all about magic and magical, because it really is a beautiful scene. So you've got your Once Upon a Time. And then the next set you've got here is Our Hometown. That is a song by Adele. Hometown glory, ting. I don't think I sounded anything like Adele at that point. I think I sounded a bit more Sid Vicious, but never mind, I knew which song I meant. And then you can see you've got those 3 beautiful dies in there, and I'll just extend that for you. Look, it builds up that whole scene. You've got the gate, you've got the little village houses, you've got the church on the hill, a really beautiful set, and of course some lovely supporting sentiments. You're getting all of these. You're not making a choice. They're all for you. We've got Garden Dreams, which is a beautiful collection. Again, your 3 dies, cut on the zigzag, make that beautiful scene with the little chair, and then you've got the little archway, and you've got the garden and the trees in the background. Beautiful design. And then you've also got your In the Country. A great big town in the country. Who sang that?
I live in a house,
in the
a
country.
very big house in the country.
Who sang that? Blur. Him who used to fight with Liam Gallagher all the time. Blur sang that one. There we go. There's someone. How many songs have I done this show? I don't know. And then, of course, that one does also, it does build up lovely. This set makes Jamie feel out of breath. Exercise not your thing, Jamie. No, mine, yeah. The hill
especially for the bicycle.
It looks a bit steep
That's
for
why
me
they've
as
left
well.
the bicycle at the bottom of the hill.
Exactly. My husband, he cycles up hills like that all the time for fun.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why, I can't work it out. But you get that set as well. Not a choice, you're getting all of them. Great saving, $33.24, $38.24. And I believe, our Jan, you've got some fabulous samples for us.
I certainly have, yes. A really interesting concept on these. So I'm going to show you this one first, because we always have a concept in mind when things are developed. And this zigzag effect was how sort of, you know, this came about. You can see there, if I tip it, you can see that lovely sort of almost accordion zigzag effect there. And I'm going to show you how to do this one now. So it's nice and straightforward. The dies do all the work. Add your colour in lots of different ways, whether it be inks, whether it be your pens, whether you start with coloured card. So that's that lovely zigzag effect there, where it gets its name from. But there's nothing to stop you using these, you know, as layering dies there. You can see how this one's been done as a stepper card, and each piece of the die there has actually been popped onto, if I turn it sideways, you can see there, look, that each piece has been popped onto a different step on the card. So again, really versatile.
Jan. Oh, Lisa Jones was at the same Cottons at Nottingham last night.
Was she?
Yeah, she just told me in the comments. Lisa Jones, Jan. Oh. I was there in Nottingham too.
Oh, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. I waited a very long time for them to come to the UK again.
Jan, in the break, I need you to play me some of the music.
Oh, I will?
Yeah, do, because I love, you know, well, as you can tell, I love a song. So I feel I'm missing out.
Yeah?
Sorry for interrupting.
That's all right. So again, you know, just layering, you can see the depth on that one there with all the different layers inside it. Just bringing those layers together to create those beautiful scenes. This one's on a tag. Again, that gorgeous castle, absolutely beautiful, just done there as a backdrop. and then the little shaker pieces just finishes off that sort of princess going home to the castle there, doesn't it? So
It's
again,
lovely, isn't it?
lots and lots. And I love a die that's got more than one use, Leanne. I must admit, I'm always harping on about this. You know, it's sort of like, yes, that's the concept, but I like things that can do other things as well.
Well, that's how you get met. So this is how I'm living my life at the minute, Jan. When I'm choosing what I'm buying, in just life in general, not just in craft, I'm thinking, how many uses am I going to get out of that for my money?
Yeah.
What am I going to be able to do with that thing? Is it really worth the money I'm spending on it? And so I think when you have a die set like this, Jan, and you can see that there are many other things you can use it for, that means you're going to get good use per pound when you purchase it, isn't it?
It is, because you're not just going to get it out to make that one style of card. You know, if I bring that, I've just popped them back in the box, but if I bring that one back, you know, you're not restricted to just making that zigzag style of card. Now, I'm going to do this for you now so that you can see how that concept works. But, you know, it's sort of, there's lots and lots of different ways. You get 3 separate dies. So you can see, if I just leave this one here, you can see there's the tree in the middle there with the little swing.
Yeah.
We've got the bicycle to come up the hill at the front here. And then we've got the little cottage with the trees that's going to go up the back. So you've got your 3 elements of metal and then an abundance of little sentiments that go with it. I've just stamped out this one that says, from our home to yours, which is this one here. And we're just going to pop that one on our finished project. So the way these work then, I'm just going to move that one for a second. I've actually taken, pop that one to one side, a piece of watercolour card this time because I'm going to use some water reactive ink on it as well. And I've literally, this one measures 11 1/4 by the full width, which is 8 1/4 here in the UK. There's nothing why that couldn't be 8 1/2 if you're over in the States. The height's not the
But
the
at
important
least you
part.
can trim that down from 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock,
You can,
Jan.
yeah.
So, yes,
Doesn't
that's
necessarily have to be that tall.
No.
You know, it could be less than that. As long as you've got room in between each layer to see your design. So I've got
Yes.
the little bicycle at the front.
Yeah.
Then we've got the tree on the next one.
Yeah.
As long as you've got that room there. You see, there's quite a depth on the bottom of that one. So this could be shorter. And it would still be absolutely fine there. Yeah. So there's no set measurement. And then what I've done is I've divided it into 3 equal parts and scored it to give me that sort of zigzag or accordion fold. So we've got like a tri-fold card. And I like them to open like a book at the front. I prefer them to open with that fold down the left-hand side here, as you would traditionally do. Now, I don't know whether I do this right. I do this in 2 passes, Leanne. So let me just pop. I can just see a couple of little bits.
I don't think there's a right or a wrong way, Jan.
Yeah?
I think whatever feels comfortable and whatever you feel secure with for everybody at home, honestly, with this.
So what I want to do is I want to sort of go with the little bicycle as if it's coming up the hill. So I've got my opening on this side here, and I'm just going to bring this one at a slight angle as if it's sort of starting. I'm just going to pop these here.
I know, Jamie's just said, and I'm singing it in my head, every time you say bicycle, first thing that comes to my mind, Jan, is I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride. And then the next one is, there are 99 million bicycles in Beijing. That's a fact. That's a thing. That's Katie Mellower. They're the 2 things that keep coming to my head every time you say the word bicycle. Honestly, there must be a name for the thing that I've got where every sentence
it's like sort of auto-suggestion, isn't it?
Yeah, if that's what it is, that's what I've got, Jan.
So I've just placed my dies here so that I can see that I've got sort of the right, you know, spacing in here. I'm going to take these 2 away again now. Tape the front one here, and then I'm going to open this up and I'm going to work with the back one. So this one, again, I'm going to pop here. I'm going to have this one just as a guide so that I can see where I'm going with it. And then I'm going to position this one, make sure my house is straight. Okay, and pop that one about there, I think.
And then Phil did these dies. I think he's done a good job.
They
Phil and
are.
my team.
Honestly, they're really, really different. I've not seen anything like this before on the market. Just making sure my house is straight and he's not
Hang on, I
sliding
might
down
have
the
that
hill.
wrong. It might have been Jess. They do that, but I think it was Jess. I don't want to do Jess a disservice. No, it was Jess who did them, not Phil.
And then I'm going to cut these 2 first. Okay, so just on that usual sandwich of plates, and I'm going to pass that one through to cut those 2 pieces out. Right, lay that one down so that we don't knock it over. And the reason I do these two first is I prefer to turn the card over to do my third bit, so that all the die cuts are actually facing the right way, because you get a nice beveled edge from the die cuts. If I'd have cut them all together, the tree would have been the opposite way around, if that makes sense. So
Yes.
what I'm going to do is take those two away. Okay, I'm not worried about where it's landed because we can trim that out in a second. So I'm just going to take the dies off there. Okay. And then I like to actually turn the whole thing over now and
I
work
understand what you're doing
on the
now,
other
Jan.
side, so that
It's
when you're
excellent.
looking at it from the front, all the dies are actually facing the same way, because this one's going to be like so. So
Yes.
we've got a front and a front.
Yes.
If I'd have cut this one on this side here, when it's folded, I would have the reverse side of the die, which is not a problem.
No.
If you want to do it that way, it will work. But I just love how dies bevel the edge of the card.
It's the bevel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the
So what I'm
finish.
going to do is just flip it over and now pop this one in the middle here. And then I'm just going to join up and snip with my little snips there to get that lovely angle on that card ready
Lovely.
to work with. Okay.
Now, while you're watching you put that through, Jan, I've got so many comments. Anne-Marie McGurk says, Jan and Leanne, I'm enjoying the show so much. Beautiful creations and two fantastic ladies. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Anne-Marie. Michael Chapman says, my two favourite presenters in one show, Jan and Leanne. It's a
Oh,
great
wow,
day.
that's lovely.
Isn't that really lovely, Jan?
Thank
you,
you.
Michael. Thank you very much. Angela says, I bought the nesting dies. They are amazing. I've made so much with them. That was stunning, Jan. Charlotte got the beautiful decorative nesting die set on the TV. The TV doesn't do the set justice, she says. They're much better in person. Kathy says, Leanne, your team is so talented. I'd love a sea creature line or a creator card dies of sea turtles or seahorses. Paper pad would be amazing. I like that idea. Now then, I've just got to read this out because this is a fabulous, fabulous comment from Alison Soberman-Mayleys. And Alison, I am grateful to you for sending this in. She says, Leanne, I just wanted to tell you that you started me on my card making colouring journey. I saw a show with you demonstrating the compendium box and the tri-blend markers at the beginning of lockdown, and you made it all seem like something I could do. I ordered it and had to wait for it to arrive in the States. But I continued to watch all the shows and I was hooked. I am now a platinum member more times over than I want my hubby to know. Ha, ha, ha. Alison, you've made my year, because if we can give you something to have and feel creative with and get joy from, invite you into the community here at Crafters TV and give you the confidence through our demonstrations to go forward and really enjoy what you're doing. That's what we're here for, Crafters TV, and it means we've done our job and done it well. So Alison, massive crafty hugs through the screen to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to write that. It really does mean a lot. And all of you at home, if you're watching and you haven't tried yet and you feel like you might want to, Alison took the jump, and look, she's having the best time in her crafting journey. You could too. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful comment to receive. Thank you so much, Alison.
Right, so all I've done then is I've snipped in from the edge to release the card there, and then I've just gone through the middle to release that second one, and then I'm going to do the same. Little snips just fit in there nicely. I'm going to go through the back of this one, take it to the fold line, and then I'm going to cut up the fold. Whoops, there we go. And then join it onto that next one.
We've got the scissors for you on the show today, Jan. And we've got all three pairs, should you need them. So we're just going to put those details on the screen for you. If you're wanting to grab some Crafters Companion scissors, you've got a 20% saving on these. You're getting our 9-inch, we're getting our 6-inch, and those tiny snips that Jan's using. Craig has 20 pairs of these. He has them in every room, every back pocket, everywhere he goes. He's got a trail of snips with him. My personal favourite, the big 9-inch ones. I can't be without them. So for me, the 9-inch and the snips are my favourite. But you're going to get all three with a 20% saving. And can I just say that these big scissors, they're normally 20. So for $23.18 or $35.98 for 3 pairs of the best scissors in the craft market, get it while the deal's on. You've got Japanese steel, a beautiful non-stick coating, absolute precision, cut from the jaw to the tip. every single time, and you're just going to have the best. You're going to understand why we say you need these scissors rather than a pack you've bought for 10 quid with 27 pairs in. You're going to have a much better experience, and you're going to get much more precise results. I think, don't you think, Jan?
I do. And to be honest, Leanne, this is the first pair. I mean, again, we're on the same wavelength because these are the two I use the most, the ones I've got out now. But I have never, ever come across a pair of large scissors that cut right to the end.
No.
And I demonstrated this when I was here last Saturday. If any of you were watching on Saturday, you know that you get a nice, clean cut, literally right to the very end of the scissors. You know, and the other bit that I love is the Teflon coating.
Yeah.
You don't get all the sticky bit.
No.
And if there is any sticky comes on, little quick wipe with your stick away and it's gone. So you don't get them all gunged up.
Yeah, Cindy Thompson, she says, best scissors ever.
Absolutely, I agree. So yes, you can see now where we've got that concept, and I appreciate that it is in white. I'm going to add a little bit of colour so that you can see the detail, but we've got that lovely little bicycle parked at the bottom of the hill, little basket on the front there, and then we're going a little bit further up the hill, and we've got that lovely little tree with the swing on it, and then as you get to the top, you've got the little cottage at the top with the little fir trees. I just think it's a really, really... And you saw how easy that was to do. 2 passes through the machine. You could do it all in one. If you wanted to pop your die, when we had it all facing forward and you pop your die on here, you can see where it would put the tree at the other side. But I just like to turn it over and actually cut it. It's worth that extra pass in my opinion.
Got you.
So all I'm going to do then, I've got one of these that I've prepared, but I went through my inks and had a look, and I chose a couple of greens, and these are the water reactive inks. A couple of greens to do the grass area. I've got a little bit of twilight grey to go on the house along with some Friar Brown, and I've got a little bit of jet black in there as well. Now you could use your aqua markers for this, you could use your crayons for this, you could actually cut out of coloured card in the first place. It may be that if you wanted to change up your cardstock, you could add your alcohol inks to it. So lots and lots of different ways of applying the colour, and I'm just going to do a little bit to show you the idea, and then I've got one that I've already inked up. So again, just using those little finger daubers, you can bring in your ink applicators if you wish, and I'm just going to work on this sort of bottom bit here. So I want to apply some of the green at the bottom onto the grass, and don't forget that you can actually pop your ink onto the glass mat and use it as a paint as well, which I'm going to do with a paintbrush in a second just to get that fine detail. But again, just a little bit over the top here, and then I brought in a slightly darker one just to start and add a little bit of shading. So the Spring Meadows, the lightest one of what I call the grass greens, and then we've got Grasshopper, which is your next medium shade in. So again, just to add a little bit of this in. However, there's no right and wrong with this. You know, you can have a play around, and then I like to go back into that lighter colour and just blend it all out again. So however you want to add your colour, and then like I said, there's nothing to stop you popping the ink onto your mat and then picking it up. I've got a little bit of water in here and a paintbrush. So again, just damp, it doesn't need to be too wet, and pick this up, and you can start and add that paint, that same paint, that's because I've picked my paintbrush up. You can start and add that ink with a brush. That lovely magical castle-y one, if you use your sparkle pen, you're going to get that lovely sort of sparkly ink on the cardstock here. And again, you know, take your time with it. Obviously, we end up rushing here in the studio because we only have a certain amount of time on each show. So
but you know,
that's
I think
why.
because it's in the watercolour effect, with watercolour, I think it's very forgiving. It doesn't have to be precise.
It is, yeah. And I think for beginners,
yes,
it's a good place to start, isn't it? And as I say, this could be your aqua pens. It doesn't have to be the inks. I like working with the inks. They're one of my favourite mediums. But again, however you choose to do it, I'm just going to clean that up before I actually lean in it or do something silly there. And then if I bring the one, I spent a little bit of time at home. Let's just get those out of the way for a second. And if I bring the one in that I've done at home, you can see where I've sort of gone to town here with all the colour.
Wow.
All right, so chose slightly different here. I think there's slightly different colours on this one, but you can just see here where we've got that sort of first element. And then we're going up the hill again to the tree, and then we've got the house at the
Lovely.
top. Okay, so to pop that together then, I've just made a nice tall card, and mine is 3 3/4 by 8 1/4, so that's the width of our A4 by 3 3/4. I've taken a second piece of our watercolour card, and I've just used the inks again to pop a little bit of a wash in the background.
Lovely.
And then this is going to go onto my card, and then this one's going to go over the top here.
A lovely evening sunset.
Yep, you could have actually taken, in fact we might see if we can reactivate that and take out sort of like a little bit of a moon appearing. So I'm going to go to my Kalal all-purpose this time, because I'm working with the watercolour card, which is made to sort of absorb water. I like to use a wet ink when I'm working with this one. A wet ink? What am I on about, Leanne? A wet adhesive,
glue.
yes,
Yeah,
is what I meant to say. So again, on the back of there then, we're just going to use our all-purpose and get this layer stuck down first. Are we working? Yep, we're working. There we go. So a little bit on the back of there. Make sure that that's stuck down well. I'm going to line that one up with the top edge of the card here. I'm not too worried if it doesn't come all the way down, because we're going to bring the other one up from the bottom. So
it's
just
looking
make
great,
sure that
Jan.
lines up.
And Adriana says, this seems like a craft along with such detailed explanations. Thanks, Jan.
Oh, you're welcome. It's like, if people are buying into things, Leanne, I want them to know how they can use them.
Yeah.
And like I say, this is how the concept was sort of put together.
Yeah.
There are other ways, you know, later on, we've got these coming up again at 6 o'clock tonight. I've got a couple of different demos.
Different ways, that's great. Betty says she saved the show for when I get the dies.
Oh, fantastic.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yep, bookmark them and then you can watch them back. You can pause us, you can craft along,
And do the same with tonight's show, Betty, and that will be 6 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time, because Jan's going to be showing you some different ways to use them. So tune in, Betty, and get that recorded too. Leslie Paul says, CC scissors are incredible. I have 11 pairs for different uses around the house, and I've also bought them as gifts for my daughter. Best value in scissors on the market. Thank you, Leslie. Jeannie Emery, she's getting in on the song bandwagon. And she says, they're simply the best.
Fantastic.
Better than all the rest. Yes. She says, our scissors glide. I just used a pair to cut foam under my rug. They were perfect.
Do you know, when I first saw you demo these, Leanne, and you went straight from cardstock to fabric and back to cardstock, I was just blown away.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, soft crafters are very, very precious about their scissors, aren't they? And that you mustn't cut cardstock with them because it blunts the...
Absolutely.
Not in our watch it doesn't, does it?
Not on our watch, Jan.
Not on
and
our
Michelle
watch.
Parsons, she agrees, because Michelle says, I bought my pursed fair. She bought a pursed fair. Or her first pair even, of scissors almost 3 years ago. They are still as sharp today as they were when I bought them. I don't know of another brand that can outlast them.
Yep.
Really, if you haven't tried them and you do nothing else today, get that scissor deal, because you will not regret it. And they are a tool and a consumable, and you're going to be able to keep using them. And I'm hearing that a lot of you are taking up that offer. It is a great offer, saving 20% on that scissor bundle today.
So again, I've just a little bit of improvisation there. The moon's just starting to come through. I don't know whether the birds are going to bed or whether the bats are coming out, whichever you want to look at it. But you can see that beautiful concept there.
Hey, you could make that Halloween.
It could very easily be, couldn't it?
With a little spider web in the corner.
Absolutely, yeah. But I just love the idea of them. I just think, and of course, inside here, you've got your usual card opening there to pop your message inside. But you've got that beautiful concept there, just as those dies were designed. So
Jamie says he'd be having a little rest on the swing halfway up the hill. That's why it's there, Jamie. For us who couldn't make it all up the hill in one go, and I'm with you, mate. I'm sitting beside you on the swing. You can see, just to go over, that was beautiful, Jan. Thank you so much. Really inspirational. Just to go through what these dies are like. So you're going to get all of these sets. You're not making a choice. And for your platinum price of $23.80, oh no, they're the scissors. Here we go. For your platinum price of $33.24, $30.24, it really is great value, all 4 sets. You're going to get in the country, which is what you've just seen Jan use. You've got all of your lovely sentiments to go with. You've got your garden dreams. You've got your our hometown. and you've got Once Upon a Time. So you've got all 4 of those, and please do tune in tonight, 6 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, because Jan will have so much more inspiration for you with these. Now, if you are wanting these, we've got a starter kit of all of the things you might need to work alongside them. So if you're thinking, do you know, I really want to get those dies, but I haven't got the stuff to make them work, here's the stuff that you need to go alongside them and make them work. So we've got in this little bundle for you a set of our rocker blocks, which is going to make all of the stamping of those sentiments wherever you want them really easy. We've got a pack of our Nina Classic Crest cardstock, which is a great smooth cardstock. And when you've got Nina, you always use your tri-blends. And this tri-blend set you've got here, which are 6 markers, 3 colours in each marker, 18 colours. Look at the colours in there. That would allow you to create what Jan's just created, but with alcohol markers. You've got your sky, you've got your grass, you've got your flowers, you've got your buildings, you've got your landscape, everything in there to be able to colour those beautiful dies up in that 1 pack of pens. You've got your Harmony Quick Dry ink pad in Twilight to stamp your sentiments, and then we've got the beautiful, beautiful Garden Gnome pad. And actually, using these scenes in the back and cutting out some of those little pieces as individual dies and creating your own scenes would be brilliant with this part of the pad. And the rest of the papers in here, double-sided, absolutely exquisite, fabulous for little backgrounds and for framing pieces if that's what you'd want to do. You're getting all of that for your platinum price of £24 or $32, and I think when you consider how much it would usually cost you for a pack of the tri-blend markers, and you can see everything else that you're getting in there, it really is a very good value deal. It's an over 40% saving that you've got here, which I think if you want to put that in your basket along with your Zigzag dies is great. Or if you already got your Zigzag dies when they launched and you just want something to work alongside them so you can do what our Jan's just done, then this bundle will be absolutely fantastic for you. Now, while you take some time to check out your baskets, and maybe you need a little bathroom break, a little cup of tea, and you're wondering what that platinum price is all about, all about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
I love watching that. It really is the best place to be, and I must ask Debbie where she got that lovely top from, because I think she looks beautiful in it. I must just tell you, we've got comments, I'm going to come to them in a second, but you've been savvy shoppers because sold out and gone. We did say there was only 4 of them left, so 4 of you lucky peeps have helped yourself to the fabulous spring card pack. Congratulations, I'm sure you're going to absolutely love it. Thank you very much for shopping. That is now gone if you were hoping to get it later. I'm sorry, it's no longer available. Now, I just must point out, I must just read out a couple of comments for you, and then we'll have a look at those heritage dies again. Jacob Boo's got a question. She says, I'm finding when I'm using my wet glue, my card warps or dimples. Any suggestion to avoid that, Jan?
If you're using, it depends which one you're using.
Yes, so I think what's happening there is you're using your tacky glue to do your matting and layering.
Possibly, yes. Just a quick explanation in that the tacky glue is water-based. So if you're using a lot of this to adhere card to paper, paper to card, etc., the water does tend to soak into the card and ruffle it a little bit. And no matter how, I mean, I've had my Gemini stood on it in the past before I learned this, and it doesn't straighten it out. Once it's soaked into the fibre of the card, you're pretty much done for. If you're using the all-purpose glue and it's sort of warping it, I would suggest maybe there's too much.
Yeah.
It is a learning curve with glue, and I put myself into this category as well. You know, it's less is more. You don't need anywhere near as much glue as what you think you do. You tend to think, oh, I've got to cover everything. But particularly with both of these wet glues, you're working with top quality adhesives, and less is more. So possibly too much of it if it is the all-purpose one.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would presume you're putting the tacky glue on your mats and layers, and that's a water-based glue, so it's soaking in. Use your all-purpose for your matting and layering. Melanie D says, Leanne, I love it when you burst into song. I think you might be the only person in the world, Melanie D, but thank you so much for that. Monica says, hello everyone, long time no see, really miss the wonderful community, Leanne and Jan together. What a treat. Thank you, Monica. Alison says, was Jan painting on multi-purpose card or watercolour card? It was watercolour card, Alison. Yeah. Now, let me just remind you about these fabulous heritage dies that we've got for you. We started off at the beginning of the show with these, and we're going to end with them too. You've got a 25% saving on these, and they are a very unique concept. The concept is that you've got a metal set of nesting dies, which you can see there. When you cut them out and nest them inside each other, they look pretty. When you rotate them at 45 degrees and lay them up one on top of each other, look at the difference. So this set of dies was meant to be a set of rotating nesting dies. That is the concept, which builds up this real impressive statement, which is similar to beautiful roses on the ceiling in stately homes. That is where we got our inspiration. So this set you've got is Georgian Swirls. It's a 25% saving. You're getting all of the sets there for your platinum price of $62.35 or $71.76. And you are loving these again. They only launched in birthday week. Our Debbie Robinson launched them. I think I previewed them 28th of October. So they're quite, they're still new. You might not have helped yourself to these yet. And today might be the day that you want to take that jump. We've also got beautiful Baroque. We've got Heritage Scrolls. We've got the lovely Venetian Charm, and we've got Antique Chic, and, oh, what did I just drop there? Edwardian Elegance, did I show you that one? Oh, we've got Edwardian Elegance and Antique Chic. You've got all 6 sets. You're not choosing, you're getting all 6 sets, 29 dies of 29 dies in total. But you're not just getting that, you're also getting your fabulous set of cardstock from the Butterfly collection, Sarah's signature, and you're getting your 36 sheets of scrapbook paper from the Garden Gnome collection as well. Saving of 25%, really fabulous dies. Jan, what have you got to show us with these?
Right, we're going to do one last demo with these then, just to show you that beautiful concept behind these, and I've chosen the beautiful Baroque for this one. So your back sort of shape here, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octagon. I was just double checking there. You've got like that octagon shape in the background. So if I show you the actual dies there, absolutely beautiful. And I think, although they are all exquisite, I think this back largest piece is one of my favourites, purely because you've got this incredible embossed facility here on the die. So all those open spaces, you only have a cutting edge around the outside and around the inside edge. All this detail inside here is all to emboss, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that if you're not familiar with that term. Now I've also cut ready, because you've seen me pass the others through the machine. I've cut the next layer in black card, and I've cut the middle layer in black card as well. And all I've done is just add a little bit of gilding wax to it. So just touch the edges of it to just give a little bit of a sheen on here. And you can just see where it's just caught that sort of little bit of it. It's almost like an antique look on it. So those are good to go. We're going to pop this one through the machine, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that embossed detail. And we're going to pop a little bit of the Midas ink through this one to sort of pick up that gilding wax and marry up with that one. So again, just matte black card this time. It doesn't have to be anything special, because we're going to add the gilding, the ink to it. So I'm going to pop that one inside my plates there. Make sure I've got rid of all those little pieces, bring in the shims, bring in the top plate, and pass that through our Gemini. So really intricate dies, but just one pass through the machine and we're good to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my magnetic shim, and I'm going to replace that and pop my embossing shim inside there. So what I mean by that is simply take this one out, because these two just do not get on. They don't play together. So I'm going to take out the magnetic shim, and I'm going to bring in this one. And your rubber embossing shim wants to go over the top of where you've cut. So I'm tending to take away any sort of surplus cardstock and the piece of tape so that we don't get into difficulties there. And then you're going to lay this straight over the top of your... Now people think, oh, it's going to cut straight through, but it's not. Trust me, it doesn't. Because we've taken the bulk out with... I mean, it doesn't look very thick, but we've taken that depth out with that shim. It doesn't cut through, all right? So that rubber embossing mat, or silicone embossing mat, is going to do its job. It's going to push the cardstock into all that detail, into those little holes, and then you're going to get a lovely raised embossed area. And I think, as I say, those background elements, for that reason alone, on all of the dies, is one of my favourite parts of it. So again, lifting that one out, lifting this one back, and then again, the reveal, I'm aware that it's on black card. We'll see if we can just pick it up on the camera. It's not easy with the black, but I'm going to pop the ink through it so that you can see it there. So again, I just need the die back, and you can click them, you can feel them click back into place there, into the die. And then I'm just going to use...
wax on that would be lovely, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah, but I thought just to sort of bring it out the same, I love my Midas ink pads. And you know, we made a set of 40 of your little daubers, and there's just 36 colours in the Harmony range, which leaves me some extras to use with all the alternative inks. So yeah. You can see the gold one's a good one, because I've got one designated just for it. So again, I'm just going to, if you weren't watching at the top of the show, we did this with some pink onto the white card at the top of the show. But again, you know, don't forget those beautiful metallic inks, and just gently pushing it through. It doesn't damage the metalwork. I'm just going to hold it in place there and just push that ink into the spaces in the die. Most of our dies have a die cutting and an embossing facility. And I know I'm the world's worst at forgetting that. You sort of get carried away with your die cutting, and I sometimes forget that they have that lovely embossing feature on them. But this one, this particular range has got that detail in abundance there. So all I've done is just gone through that metalwork, holding it in place, push it through there, and the little daubers are perfect for that. If you don't have the daubers, you could use one of the sponge applicators for the inks, but I just like those little daubers, gives me nice control. And then again, when we take that away now, you can see what I mean now about that embossed detail.
Beautiful.
So not only is it raised, we've now picked it out with that ink there as well, the Midas ink. Okay,
Lovely.
so what we're going to do with this one then, we're going to pop it on top of a little gift box this time. So I started putting my box together. So I've got
Jan,
the top. Yes.
Have you got that card finished?
Yes.
Can we just show the cards from today, including that one, because we need to start getting the board going? Is that okay?
Yeah, and then I'll just stick it together afterwards.
Making it. Is that all right?
Absolutely, that's fine. Yes.
And then it just gives time for everybody at home to be able to get their votes in for the show.
You can
if you
see
don't
where
mind,
this was
Jan.
going. You can see that piece went here on the top.
Yes.
And the layers inside. And then I've just added a little.
We're going to let you finish making it. We're just going to do the vote.
Absolutely.
So if that's all right with you, just so everybody, and then Ash has got time to count them as well. So
Yes,
this is
no
number
problem.
1.
So this was the top of the show with the heritage dies. All right, we did that lovely sort of focal point on our fold back card. So that was number 1.
Number 2.
Number 2 was the Christmas nesting dies, and we made that lovely 6-inch square easel card with the foliage one.
Lovely, thank you.
Number 3 was the zigzag dies, and we used our inks to create that lovely sort of zigzag effect here.
Yeah.
Going up the hill. So that was number 3.
Thank
and
you.
then number 4, we're going back to the heritage dies, and we've got a lovely little gift box again.
Love it.
Just for whatever you fancy popping inside.
Thank
and I
you.
think the black and the gold is classic, isn't it?
Absolutely. So get your votes in, 1, 2, 3 or 4. Ash will count them up and we'll let you know the winner for demo of the show in a few minutes' time. Thank you, Jan.
That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish popping this together. I've got some pieces just to go on the side. I started sticking them earlier, because you never know how much time we're going to have left. It's I appear to, it's there, I was going to say I appear to have misplaced a piece. It's like coming into a time warp here. I've never known anywhere where time passes so quickly. And they always say that time...
That's another song right there, Jan.
Everybody says
Let's
it's...
do the time warp.
Oh, goodness me. Seen that live as well. Oh, so that one's going to go as is. I've got my tabs ready to fix it together. And then we're going to pop this one on here like so. So again, I can stick with my tape pen just on the back of here. And then we're going to pop those others into the centre there to create that effect. So again, you know, it's up to you whether you want to twist them or whether you want them straight. Now, the one that I did earlier, I'll just bring that back in again. I've laid them back in on the diagonal. This one, I've turned this way so that we can actually rotate those pieces again. I really like them on that rotated angle. So again, I'm just going to pop these and I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of the dots in the corners
We'll
there.
watch you assemble that. I have to say, Jake Caboo says, I was using tacky, so you answered my question beautifully.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So all-purpose for your matting and layering and tacky for your construction and embellishments.
Yeah.
Melanie D, question, is it okay to put Kalal glue into the little bottles with fine tip applicator? Melanie, I don't recommend it because it's not airtight sealed as the Kalal bottle, the all-purpose bottle is when it's manufactured. So your glue could evaporate and it could clog the little, even if you put your pin in, clog that little hole there. So Kalal all-purpose comes with an adjustable nozzle, so you can adjust it to a very tiny amount, and it's got a spreader on there. Really, Kalal all-purpose only used for your matting and layering, so I never recommend it. The fine tip glue applicator is much better for your tacky glue for those small construction areas that you need. Linda Taylor says, I'm so proud of myself. I've managed to keep from opening my advent calendar.
Oh, there's some control.
Well done, Linda. Tess says, I appreciate this demonstration so much. I've never done this and my heritage dye is due to arrive pretty soon.
Just the right
Yes,
time
you're
in
gonna do
there
it
then,
for
isn't
Jan.
it?
I think
Yeah,
that's lovely, isn't it?
excellent.
Rachel B says she never thought of doing this, Jan. She's really excited. And Michelle Knits for You says, I have to get some of those metallic inks, exclamation mark. We agree with you, Michelle. Yeah, so much love for this demonstration, Jan. Really inspired everybody.
Right, and then this is just cut from a piece of the vellum out of the Vintage Butterflies vellum pack. So just fussy cutting elements out rather than using it as a full piece. I just thought it made a really nice little embellishment just on the corner there.
Lovely.
So yeah, this one was done on the diagonal all the way round.
Yeah.
That's the one that I did earlier. And then this one, we've done the twist with the pieces. So you can see you get a different look. That's the same colourways and exactly the same die cuts, but just twisting it gives it a completely different look. What would look nice actually on this one is to add those little tiny corner pieces in, the embellishment bits, just
on
in
the cream pieces.
The little gaps here.
Nice. Yes, that would
just
be
finish
lovely.
it off nicely, wouldn't it?
It would, absolutely it would. Thank you very much, Jan. We really, really appreciated that. So did many people in the comments. I think it was a really beautiful demonstration on how to use those fabulous heritage dyes. Now, you are shopping on the website. You're getting yourself some deals when we've got them. So this little collection here, you are absolutely loving. And it is the beautiful Blossom dye from the Enchanted Dream collection, and it's Beautiful Blossom. You're also getting your chunky glitter from that collection. We've been using this, so you will get more, but you can see how incredibly, I'm going to put some on my hand, how incredibly beautiful that is. It really is very, very, very pretty glitter. Look at how easy it is, and let's see if I can get it back in. Oh, there's a little bit. Know what you do when you've got a bit of glitter on your hand, guys? And there we go. So we'll get that later. There we go. I know it's salt, but it's glitter in my life too, because we all spill glitter everywhere. They're going, Leann, that's salt. I know, but it's glitter too. And you're getting all of that for your platinum price of $4.79 or $6.36, which is fantastic value for money. It's Christmas. We need a bit of sparkle around the place in Christmas, don't we? I will clean this up properly though, because I will be in trouble off Tracy, I have to say. She'll be wagging her finger at me. Now, I know it's Jake, but Jake will tell Tracy and then she'll waggle her finger at me when she's back in. We've also got this fabulous flower forming foam for you as well, 9 by 12 in size, that beautiful white colour, and you can see your platinum price there on the screen. Actually, my preference is to buy the white flower forming foam, Jan, because it can be coloured. It can be coloured with your watercolour.
Cut from the same cloth, I think, Leann.
Yeah, I think we do. It can be coloured with your quick dry, your shimmer, your watercolour, your harmony water reactives, your alcohol markers, your watercolour markers. Just colour your foam up, so I prefer the white. And then you're also getting a big bag of stamens in there as well, 400 pieces in there, which will allow you to make many, many florals. And you've got a really great saving today of 25%. So I think that, along with that little bloom and glitter, is a great little combo for you if you fancy a treat today. Now then, what are we doing next? The vote. The vote. Oh, Flick69 says, ooh, lovely chunky glitter. We agree. Betty says, so unfair to have to pick just one as they're all stunning. That's the card. But we've got the winner. And the winner is, Jan, number 2, closely followed by number 3.
So that was number 2 was the Christmas nesting dies then on the easel card. Thank you, guys.
It's lovely that. That was my favourite. I'm just cleaning up my glitter, sorry. That was my favourite, Jan, as well. See, I can't leave this on the tabletop, Jan, waste not, want not. I want all the glitter in the pot.
Cleaning up.
I'm cleaning up. I can't bear the thought. There we go. I loved that one too. That would have been my vote if I'd had a vote that counted, Jan. That would be the one I would have voted for. Jan, I've really enjoyed this couple of hours with you. Thank you for all of your fabulous demonstrations and your inspiration. It's been wonderful. And you and I will be back again only an hour's time for a fantastic craft along. What are you going to be crafting along, Jan?
Right, we're going back to those heritage dies, all right? So the theme today, so any of you that have bought these already, you are able to craft along. The details should be up on our social media pages, and if you've got them coming along, if you've ordered them today and they're coming along, you can re-watch. Once we've finished with the live, the videos are available indefinitely then, so you can re-watch them at your leisure. So if you've not got them already, you can play it back and have a go. So we're going to be just making a nice simple little gift box with a little tiny shaker element just in the middle to make it that bit special. And
Lovely.
then you've got room to maybe line it with tissue paper and add the gift of your choice inside.
Lovely.
So that's at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Jan. I've been lining all of my boxes with my scrapbook paper recently. I think it gives a bit of extra strength, and it's pretty when you open it up inside, isn't it? Right, thank you, Jan. We will be back with you for the craft along at 2 p.m. UK time, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. So I hope you can join us then. We have got Christine Mahoney in the house for the craft along. We're looking forward to that. And of course, we'll be back tonight as well with Beautiful Beginnings, which is 6 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific time. I hope you can join us. I've really enjoyed spending time with you this morning. Jen and I are going to get a spot of lunch, and we'll see you back in an hour. Take care.